Help me! Look how many songs for this stage I have set on very high frequency. That should tell you how much I like the soundtracks of this game. Now this one can afford to be a little higher. Yeah, I have this one on kind of low though because I love Counterattack. Counterattack is one of my favorite songs in all of video games. I don't really like the new remix of this. It just loses a lot of the kind of oomph the original had. Oh, that's a spoiler song. Didn't want to have that there, but we're probably going to hear it anyway because there's a spirit like that, but... Yes, Bringer of Chaos. This right here is actually the song that I think is a bit underrated. So most people don't like the song because usually you only hear that part, but if you keep listening to this, it's probably going to get overridden by the Spirit Board though. Spirit Board. Yep, okay, yeah, it got overridden by the Think You Can Take Me, Don't Forget Me song. I still love that remix of it. Look that up if you haven't, it's amazing. It's called Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Battle Theme, But You Won't Forget It. Okay. So... I've beaten some of these spirits already through, like, World of Light. I'm not sure if I want to actually fight them again, just because I kind of want to fight them again. I mean, this is Xenoblade Chronicles 2 we're talking about, which is one of my favorite games, so I'm not going to pass up on an opportunity to experience it a little bit more, but we are going to play as inverted Pyra and Mythra for this, just because it's funny, and also because Rex would probably get very confused. I imagine this is like a prank they're pulling to troll Rex, maybe. Anyway, yeah, I fought this spirit already in World of Light.
Ready? Go!
Let's go! Yeah, so there's like a Lucina representing Pyra and Mythra, and a Shulk representing Rex, ironically. I guess while I'm here, I can talk a little bit about how I feel about, oh, this is disorientating for me too, because I'm like, oh, I'm Mythra, aren't I? No, I'm actually Pyra. Oh, it's also stamina. Yeah, just like the first time we... tilt attack. I need to learn how to use tilt attacks better, because there's some of Pyra's few decently speedy attacks. There we go. Rex as a protagonist is really controversial, but I actually like him. Also, can be enhanced into spoilers at level 99. But if you've been keeping up with Chugga's playthrough, it's not a spoiler for you, don't worry. He just made it in time. Oh, yes. This music. I'm going to hold off on that one, because I like that song too much. Of course, Tiger Tiger. Yeah, I actually want to fight these spirits, because they have different music now. But anyway, yeah, Rex as a protagonist is just... I can say, I admit his voice acting is a little spotty at points. He does do some things quite well, though, overall. I like how they kind of kept that retro vibe of this, even with the remix. Oh, wait, Daisy, because... Oh, shouldn't he have had, like, a rob? I don't know. I forgot there was no ground there! Wow. Mythra losing to Tora, that's gotta be embarrassing. In a lot of ways, though, I actually feel like Rex, with his optimism, reminds me a lot of Estelle Bright from Trails in the Sky, and she's a character who's almost universally loved by that game's fanbase. But again, she has better voice acting and also not, you know, like a ton of, most of her lines aren't even really voiced, so they're left up to the imagination, and she has a lot of really well-written dialogue, and, I don't know, it's different. I can see why some people don't like Rex, but I think he's pretty great, and like, I think I've kind of said this before somewhere, I tend to prefer characters who start out unsure of themselves and then become legendary heroes to characters who start out as super legendary and overpowered. I just think it's a lot more fun to see people overcome their flaws and actually become, like, and grow and develop as characters, because, you know, it's part of why I like Persona so much. Speaking of which, apparently, Persona 5 developed a really nasty rivalry with the Xenoblade fandom in 2020, because, Persona 5 Royal got nominated for Best RPG, and Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive didn't, and that, yeah, I can see why that would annoy a lot of people.
Victory!
And apparently, a lot of these people use Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but these Persona fans use Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to bash the Xenoblade fandom. Now, I just want to get this little rant out of the way. So, when you're using Xenoblade Chronicles 2 to bash the Xenoblade fandom, you're probably using it to characterize the Xenoblade fandom as horny fanboys who are obsessed with big-boobed waifus. You are the Persona fandom. If you are doing that, then that is the biggest case of a pot calling a kettle black that I have ever seen in my life. Like, seriously, do you have any idea, like, how ridiculous that is? If you're like, oh yeah, I'm the Persona 5 fandom, I'm gonna get mad at people for liking Xenoblade 2 because of the waifus. There's nothing hypocritical about that at all. My fanbase isn't full of waifu-obsessed people. Sorry. That sounded a little bit mean, but yeah. Like, you get the idea though, it's just kind of silly. Oh, Jeff, that makes sense. He's kind of like Tora, like a bit of an engineer, gadgets guy. And I believe what's happening here is we're seeing the different forms of Poppy. And I think they're using Daisy because Poppy's Japanese name is... Well, her English name involves flowers too. And here comes Poppy, spoiler. Yeah, I actually really like this one. So apparently Poppy was a summonable spirit in the base game of Ultimate, but she didn't have her own spirit battle. So this is her spirit battle. Whoa, that is a cool way to do a KO flash. But yeah, I won't talk about what that I could talk about the references in that battle, but they're kind of spoilers. Not like enormous spoilers, but just vaguely sort of spoilering something. Poppy's fun though. I like Poppy. Do I have any floor immunity? There we go. I was just talking about Persona 5, and a Persona 5 character shows up. Yeah, so... Oh, yes, Roaming the Wastes. I love this song so much. In fact, once a certain part of the... Oh, I had Lava Floor Resist, not Lava Floor Immune. Let's say Pyra should be immune, and then I realized I wasn't actually Pyra. Okay, where is it? At a certain point of the song, I have lyrics for this one too. I think it's... No, it ended before I could do it! Okay, I'm gonna like equip a super strong spirit and just stand there and wait until that part plays because I really want to share, what my silly lyrics to a certain... Or I can just wait on the spirit screen. Okay, here it comes. We come from Moradane, and you will feel the pain. Our voices in refrain are driving you insane. Think they think you can take me, you're done. Anyway, it just goes like that. Anyway, oh, Cloud, okay. Oh, he was in the base game, so I suppose I was like, oh, DLC characters aren't usually used for spirits, and then it's like, oh yeah, well, he was in the base game this time, he's not DLC anymore. So I kind of wonder if Jin is going to be Sephiroth, because I know there's a Jin spirit, but, a Bayonetta for Pandoria makes sense. And we have Bringer of Chaos, which is also a pretty great song. Zeke is also like, I think I may have said this before as well, but I actually lost quite a bit of respect for characters like Owain once I learned that Chunin Byor was a character type, but Zeke, on the other hand, he actually does subvert the archetype quite a bit. He's a really fun character and also surprisingly deep. He's pretty good too. Yeah, I used to say that I liked Xenoblade 1's characters better than 2, even though I like 2's story better than 1. But I might have actually changed my mind a little bit. It's more that just, like, I can't bring myself to consider Blade's full party members. Unless it's Torna, because then they're playable. That was a fun segue. Yeah, speaking of which, I have not played Torna the Golden Country yet. I'm actually saving that for a potential blind playthrough, so don't spoil me on anything in Torna, please. But I have heard this battle theme, and it's amazing. I'll probably switch outfits later. I could say I feel like I'm getting the hang of Pyra and Mythra more, and then I actually realize that, you know, it's more because these spirits are just really easy, and because I have my own spirits who are, I thought my down D was an attack again. You can actually catch people with the downswing of Prominence Revolt, though. Getting a little bit... Okay. Oh, it was to defeat the main fighter to win. That makes sense. Because, yeah, even though blades are fully controllable, they still have the lore of sort of being dissipated if their driver falls, I guess. Okay, now we do Nia's. So she's a 3-star. Oh, and my whole thing with the Moradane thing just showed me that I can't sing at all, so I have lyrics to this. In fact, I may as well put them on the screen now.
Ready? Go!
Okay, I wouldn't have been able to get the full thing through, but... So, like, if you can't tell by my hype and the fact that I've mentally written lyrics to some of the songs, I really, really, really love Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And since we're on a spirit that I really can't talk much without, spoilers, Darks? No, I can see why, but again, I can't really say much. I'm gonna use a different outfit for this. Amalthus versus Greenra, let's go! I love Xenoblade Chronicles. I will say that one thing that I don't particularly love about it is Amalthus. I have very mixed thoughts on Amalthus. But yeah, basically, I have like an entire essay that I've got about Amalthus, and I might post it at some point, but I just very, very mixed feelings on Amalthus as a character and in terms of his role in the story, but again, can't really talk more because spoilers. But what I can talk about with this, now that we're in the can't talk much because spoilers phase of these spirits, is that... Okay, so Xenoblade Chronicles 2, one of the favoritist games I ever played. I can't talk properly. I'll just say it. I almost Let's Play Xenoblade 2 at one point. I forget exactly what year it was. I even recorded the first few episodes. It was when I was testing out like a new editor and a new capture device, and I eventually decided against it for... Basically, I recorded the first few episodes and then realized just how much of an insane commitment that it would be. And just that, you know, when Sugar plans out those, there's a reason why they take ages of researching and notes and planning, because the side quests, it's very easy to have a lot of parts where just there's not a lot of good structure to them, yeah. I honestly feel like even the way that Sugar does it has some downsides, though, because, like, he often leaves exploring particular parts of areas to when he needs to go there for a side quest, and I can see why he does that, but there are times when I'm like, there's an area, like, it's not how, like, when I play Xenoblade games, I actually, like, pre-explore pretty much every area entirely, and then when I have to go places for side quests, when I have to go places for he's got a fully charged shot that he can unleash at any time. When I have to go places for side quests, I can just skip travel there, so to make things a lot more convenient. And just because I just don't like leaving any stone unturned, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm in this area for the first time, I'm gonna just explore it to the absolute fullest. And then I'm gonna... Come on, so close. I need Mythra here, I need her speed. Concentrating mode for a bit. There we go! First try, even though it's only a 3-star and it gets way worse. long story short, I recorded a few episodes, and like, after 3 episodes, I hadn't left Argentin yet. And then Chugga does the Let's Play, and he does an over 1 hour first episode, so maybe I didn't really need to worry that much. It was just, I have those videos, so if you want, I could actually release the first part just as like a what could have been thing. But I don't know if I'll do it, especially since, again, Chugga's done it now. The reason why I actually was going for it is that at the time I expected that Chugga would do Xenoblade X first, and I really wanted him to do Xenoblade X. I feel like if Chugga did a Let's Play of Xenoblade X, it might actually convince me to give that game a second chance. Oh, he's Cloud, not Sephiroth. That's kind of a shame. Oh, I was hoping he'd suicide. Oh, and everything being ice does make sense. Also, this music, this is like a cutscene theme. This one I've got on very low on my list of Xenoblade stage songs, because it's just not, I don't know, I don't particularly care for this song all that much. As far as cutscene themes go, Counterattack I think is way better. But yeah, I wish that he had done Xenoblade X, but I honestly, I understand why he decided to do 2 first, because there's always the chance that, like, Xenoblade X is one of the few Wii U exclusive games right now that, yeah. Honestly, at this point, I almost feel like it's probably best to try and spike him off the stage. Haven't even tried out Pyra Mythra's throws yet. Pyra Mythra. I guess that's how I'll refer to them for a bit. Yeah, sword characters tend to have throws with high combo potential, but bad actual launch power. Guess we get to see this one. That is pretty fun, though. I'm a dirty spammer. You had an answer to that? Her face went kind of funny there when she was getting KO'd, but yeah, it's probably like maybe gonna get a Switch port at some point, and with the Miiverse being down, some features wouldn't be accessible, but at the time that I was thinking of recording Xenoblade 2, there was not a lot of public love for the game. Like, a lot of the Xeno fans hated it, a lot of the mainstream gaming fans hated it, because certain reviewers just only played up to Chapter 2, and they're like, oh, they saw Tora's, oh, do I not have Ice Floor immunity? That's kind of bad. I should probably, quit out of that then. So they just, okay, that's a completely different issue. I'll get to that issue later, because I have feelings about the way various people thought of Xenoblade 2 when it was first released, but anyway, I guess we've got to use like fast attacks to get him down like this. Wow, okay, oh. He got... Okay, I thought I'd totally broken his AI there. Okay, I don't want to speak too soon, but I'm doing better with Mythra than I thought it would be. Got to match his speed with speed. Because his power is over elementary particles, and that whole... I admit, that whole speech was kind of silly. I mean, in a fun way, but it was still pretty silly. Wow, okay, I destroyed him that time. Mythra is way better in stamina battles, I think, because of that whole rushdown thing, but... Sorry that I keep... This isn't like an action-y game. I have a lot to talk about, and it's easy to get distracted with tangents. Oh boy, I'm going to be probably going on a lot of tangents here. 3 Ridleys. Oh, they're probably the artificial blades he uses, and they're not like all Sever, I think. Now this song I like. This is one of the main boss themes, I think, called Incoming. Malos being a dark spirit makes total sense. Yeah, let's go up against him with Mythra and Bane of Darkness. Richter, yeah, you do look a lot like Richter. I'm just listening to this music because it's great. Oh, Meta Ridleys. Interesting. Oh yeah, they are the artificial blades, because there are a lot of sort of winged things, and I don't want to get walk-off ledges myself, but I could quite easily walk off ledges some of them. Malos is already on the field. Hello there, fellow Aegis. No, please don't tell me that I'm gonna... Okay then. Walk off ledges works on Aegises, apparently. I couldn't even go on my big rant about stuff, and now I'm gonna have to go on a rant about spoilers, because this is a spoiler. People have their own nickname for this character, who played the game, but I boycotted, spoilers while I was playing, and, like, I boycotted all online communities, so I have my own nickname for this character. I call her Greenra. It's not a very original name, but, I guess I'll go with Momo. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be Momo. It's not a very original name, but, I don't know, I think it's kind of better than Coffee with Milk. It's just a personal thing, but yeah. It's time to fight Greenra! Oh, this stamina battle and turn metal, and this could be really, really bad. Oh, it's oh, it's the bad version. Yeah, I don't like this version of counterattack. It's kind of unfortunate. I just don't. Oh, now there's two Pyras and Mythras talking. That's going to be a little annoying. Anyway, what I was saying is, when, the time I considered playing through the game, there wasn't a lot of love for it, and I had a feeling like no one was gonna let's play it soon, so I thought, oh, maybe I can try and fill the void. I'm kind of glad I didn't, because, oh, didn't quite dodge that in time, because, let's just say that because a lot of people are turned off of Xenoblade 2 by its battle system, a lot of its big name fans, like, certain people, I mean, I really like Enel. I've watched a lot of his content. I think he's really good at making guides, but, some people, I think, like him and Sugar, can get very, very touchy about the kind of information people are saying about the game, and this was, like, back before people fully understood things, so, like, I wasn't saying that the in-game tutorials were bad, and I'm sure that would have got me annihilated if I had actually released that Let's Play, and I was also saying, like, oh no. Oh, the sword just barely clipped me there. And I just feel like, yeah, I wouldn't have... It would have been... I wouldn't have had the best advice to give about the game. I was more just going to play through it because I really, really just... Oh, I just love Xenoblade Chronicles 2 so much, as you can probably tell, and I have so much to say about it, and I just kind of wish that... I don't know. It's always hard when you're Let's Playing a series that someone really big is a huge fan of, like Cho Conroy in particular, how he's basically become the Xenoblade guy, and so it's kind of hard to break into that mold without getting compared to him. Uh-oh, I'm totally dead, aren't I? I got closer than I thought I would, though. Unless I'm not dead from this. Yeah, it's not, Nope, yep, that flying sword did me in. I'm not having as much trouble with these spirits as I thought I would, though. The Sephiroth Legend spirits not Legend spirits, the Sephiroth, like, 3-star spirits, the Turks and Rufus Shinra just annihilated me, but Malos was a joke, and Greenra, I got a pretty good run on my first attempt, so yeah, that was kind of interesting. Maybe their power's just not very high? I don't know. Oh, I'm Pyra, not Mythra. Switch to Mythra for stamina battles. Well, I guess since every fight in Xenoblade 2 is technically a stamina battle, it makes sense that Mythra is so much better than Pyra in that game. But, the other thing as well is, I had so many insane reactions when I first played Xenoblade 2, in particular, my reaction to hearing Fandom for the first time in Uriah, because I'm Australian, I broke hard, and it was just great. It made me, and also the end cutscene of Chapter 3, I love so much. The, one of the cutscenes in Chapter 7 is, Mythra's face is just like, ooh, it's just funny. Ooh, you're using my power against me, that's so cute. Anyway, I kind of wish I had blind Let's Played Xenoblade 2, but on the other hand, I probably would have had to have only shown main story, not side quests, because otherwise it would be like a blind Let's Play that would last for bajillions of episodes, and that wouldn't be good. Oh, it's me who has the final smash. I thought it was... No, it's them. I'm not Greener anymore. Losing track of who I am. Because this palette of Mythra doesn't look very different to regular Mythra. So yeah, I don't know how that would have worked. Like, if there's ever a Xenoblade 3, maybe I'll do a blind run of that. I don't know. I just, like, I turned around and the next thing I knew Rex was screaming. I'm not sure why, but that kind of sums up Rex. Now you're the one whose turn it is to go, ooh. It's just that weird ooh face. It's just kind of funny. Critical healing and metal. It's, I don't know, kind of interesting. But yeah, that spirit board was not difficult, at least for me, especially as someone who kind of sucked with Pyra and Mythra. So that was... I was gonna have a giant rant about why I think people got the wrong idea about Xenoblade 2. I guess I can do that while I'm enhancing Rex. Spoiler warning, I suppose. Not regular Spirit Board. Haven't really done much of regular Spirit Board. But, the thing I was talking about, like, regarding reviewers, I feel like a lot of them and a lot of big YouTubers only covered up to Chapter 2, which, incidentally, happens to be the point where Tora awakens a maid waifu robot, and so they're like, oh, the game is just too anime. And, admittedly, if they played any further, they get to Chapter 4, and Chapter 4 is even more anime, so, I do think Chapter 4 is my least favorite part of Xenoblade 2. Where is Rex? Oh, there, I have two of him. I guess this was my original Rex, I'll level him up, I suppose. I have cores? Okay then. Guess I can use some of these. Yeah, I just missed a few spirits who, I had duplicates of. Because I usually still like to keep one of each. Don't really have that many snacks. But I also think the other thing is, it's also a problem with fan servicey designs. I'm somewhat against the fan servicey designs of Xenoblade 2, not so much because I'm being, like, prudish or anything, it's more because they make the mainstream think that it's just a waifu fan service game, when it really isn't. And it's something that I like to call the Nier Automata effect. Nier Automata is a game that has a really deep storyline, like a really philosophical storyline, actually, about robots and, using that as an allegory for human concepts like free will, religion, philosophy, the meaning of life, existentialism, nihilism. It's a very deep game overall, but I will admit, its side quests are almost comically depressing. But, of course, online, because it has sexy character designs, everyone who hasn't really played it knows it as, oh, it's the game with the hot robot who you blow their clothes off and you see their perfectly rendered butthole. Even though that's actually not true, the butthole thing was a fan-made creation, but anyway. So, I feel like Xenoblade 2 suffered from the same thing. It's a game with a really great story and characters, a really engaging battle system, and because of some fan servicey designs, certain people online are like, oh yeah, it's just a waifu simulator. And it's just kind of annoying, and it's part of why, like, it's similarly to the... This makes me sound very elitist, but the quote-unquote damage that Awakening and especially Fates in some regards did to Fire Emblem's reputation in some circles, mostly Fates. So I don't know, it's just like, it's kind of why I kind of prefer Mythra's Smash design, because like it's not quite as ridiculous, and they actually got patched into the original game. People liked it so much. Anyway, like, that's a discussion for a completely other topic. I don't even think I can really do a good job of discussing that, honestly. It's just... Long story short is that I like Xenoblade 2, and I'm annoyed that a lot of people get the wrong idea about it. And I wish I... Oh, do I wish? I don't know. Maybe it would have been maybe it wouldn't have been the best idea to Let's Play Xenoblade 2 at the time. I almost did, and if anyone's interested, I could release the unreleased part 1, just don't expect me to do anything more with the game, since a certain big YouTuber is covering it as of the time I'm uploading this, and probably will for quite some time, because they're only just over 100 parts, and they haven't even started any of the DLC yet, and are only like 3/4 of the way through the main story. It's a very, very big game, but I would definitely recommend it to anyone who likes big RPGs with, and who wants something that's actually a little, like, story-wise, it's actually surprisingly subversive. It might not seem that way at first, But it actually kind of is, and it subverts a lot of the cliches from many of the earlier Xeno games as well in interesting ways. So, again, anyone who really who wants to check out Xenoblade 2, I would recommend it. I would recommend looking at Enel's videos on the battle system and some of the blades. And, speaking of the blades, I could talk about the blade gacha system. I actually like the gacha system mostly because I think it's really good for Let's Plays. It means that no two playthroughs will ever be the same. That's part of why I wanted to do a Let's Play, because I wanted to see, like, the blades that I would pull would be different from any other playthrough out there, and they totally change your playstyle too. I got Zenobia as my second rare blade in my first playthrough, and because of that, I prioritize unique monsters a lot more in my first run, but if you get, like, Ursula early, you'll prioritize Merc missions more. I do actually like the randomness, because it does affect your whole playthrough, and it makes every experience unique. Anyway, yeah, that's enough on that. Sorry this was mostly just ranting about, like, the game, and, well, I did do a lot of Spirit gameplay in this. As you can tell, I'm very, very excited about Pyra and Mythra, and I'm very hyped about this. I have a lot to say about Xenoblade 2. And with that, I'll leave you. I'll see you all for the next DLC character that comes out. Only 2 more to go. Really, at this point, my only wish is Crash Bandicoot. We got Joker, we got Xenoblade 2. I'm totally happy with that. We got Banjo-Kazooie. I mean, I'm not a Banjo-Kazooie fan, but I'm glad that they're in. And yeah, I'm really happy with the DLC. Oh, Sephiroth was fantastic too. I'm really happy with the DLC so far. Honestly, Smash Ultimate, hands down my favorite Smash game now. Might even be one of my favorite games of all time. I just think this game is just amazing. So much I love about this game. So, looking forward to the next DLC, and I'll see you all when that releases.